scoring contest. We've got two outstanding offensive teams.
Both very skilled at shooting the ball, but that's exactly why this game will be decided by stops. Defense wins against teams who are elite scoring it.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Inside for him, it's Gordon and Jokic. Out on the perimeter, it's going to be Brown and Johnson. And it's Murray in at the 1.
You see how quick Fox is on his feet. Give him an opening and he'll just take off.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. Cans it from downtown.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Fox. His last outing, he had 18 points. And Wembanyama gets it to go.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop it.
Murray sets a screen for Gordon. Back to Murray. Here's Jokic. No good on the shot. Good defense by Wembanyama. Stan, you know you think about the release point on Jokic's outside shot. It is tough to get to.
Yeah, Kevin, it certainly is. And the problem is if you start to come out of your stance to try to get to that shot, Jokic will just pull the ball down and beat you on the drive.
Denver with the ball. Following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Jokic against Wembanyama. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Shooting for Denver, Nikola Jokic at the line for 1.
And, Coach, one thing that David Adelman stressed was getting this Nuggets team in much better shape.
Yeah, it seems like they wore down in the playoffs last season. So improved conditioning and more depth potentially could help them hold up better down the stretch.
Now, here's Fox. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. When asking him about their key to success, he immediately pointed to Jamal Murray. Coach said he's the conductor of their operation. If you want to slow them down, you go for the head of the snake, and that's Jamal. Keying in on the orchestrator sounds like a good plan. We'll see if they execute it. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks.
Whoa, Fox, what a finish.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver. Trailing by 2. To the middle. Here's Jokic. Wembanyama with the rebound.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Murray against Fox. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. No good on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Deflects the pass. Fox with the steal. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Wembanyama down low. He's against Gordon. And that one's good. Wembanyama's got 8. Murray with it. Out guarded by Wembanyama. And here's Jokic outside. The Nuggets with another miss. Fox against Murray. Back to Fox. Outside for Wembanyama. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Sometimes you watch Wembanyama and think this guy is a cheat code, hitting threes at well over 7 feet tall.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And the Spurs with some changes. Barnes, who's checked in for Vassell, and it's Harper in for Castle. Now, here's Watson, covered by Barnes. Spins. Jones, that's for 2. Here's Valanciunas. Hardaway with a wide-open look. It's good from long range.
A go-to shot for Hardaway Jr. He can really hurt defenses from downtown.
Wembanyama, a screen on Jones. Here's Wembanyama with plenty of space. Top of the key jumper, no good. Hardaway passes to Watson, and Watson slams it in.
Well, sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high-percentage buckets.
Fox goes in, makes it off the glass. He's got 6.
A true operator on the offensive end. Fox knows how to move the pieces around and find a look.
Jones finds Valanciunas. Back to Jones. Goes back up. And Valanciunas puts it in.
Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
Jones against Fox. Pass to Barnes. Lets it go with the 3. Fox, no good. For Denver, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And here is Hardaway. Last time out, he had 13 points. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Fox, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
76% on the season from the foul line.
He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for San Antonio.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
Castle is in at shooting guard with Johnson at the small forward. Luke Cornett is out there with Barnes. And it's Harper in at the 1. That's the San Antonio 5.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Here we go, Coach. The 2025 Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle.
Yeah, look, Kevin, can't say too many good things about this guy, but it starts with this. Like all the best players in the league, he plays both ends of the floor. Stephon Castle can take on the assignment of guarding the best player on the other team, and he's a guy whose skills are rapidly improving offensively. The future is great for this guy.
Vassell, he's checked in for the Spurs. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Strong finish by Valanciunas. He likes exerting his will close to the rim.
And he drives in. Cornett, great pass to set up the lay-in.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
To the paint. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, for a guy with a scorer's mentality, Murray is almost surprisingly willing to pass the ball.
Castle against Hardaway. Here's Cornett, and there's the dunk to finish it off.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And the Spurs making a change here. Fox is checked in, and a switcher also for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey guys, well De'Aaron Fox is trying to dial in as a lockdown defender, and he said, I want to be that type of guy. Go out there, guard people, and be someone that people don't want to put into action because you blow actions up. And then at the end of the day, still being able to get to work on offense. Guys, back over to you.
You love that mentality. Okay, Allie, thanks. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Fox. Banked in off the glass. Fox has got 10 points.
And the quickness Fox has, boy, it's impressive. Just coasting to the cup with ease.
Murray, the pass to Watson. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And coach, for teams defending the pick and roll, you often hear coaches talking about being at the level. What does that mean?
Well, Kevin, what it means is the guy guarding the screener, the defender guarding the screener, has to be all the way up with that guy at the point of the screen, as opposed to being in drop coverage where the guy defending the screener will lay back.
And the Spurs pushing it up now. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Smart bucket by Castle. Get out and run.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Watson. A shot, no good. Good D by Barnes. Right, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Victor Wembanyama is checked in for San Antonio. Harper comes in for Stephon Castle. And then for Denver, Aaron Gordon is checking in for Peyton Watson. Johnson comes in for Jamal Murray. And Christian Brown subbed in for Hardaway.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Now here's Gordon. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Fox, following the score by Aaron Gordon. Fox kicks to Barnes. Nifty move. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Another reason why Fox is the perfect guy to run this offense. He excels in pick and roll action.
The Nuggets trail by 6. Brown deciding where to go with it. To the left wing. Brown wide open. And the 3 off target. And so Fox will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
Yeah, and they got contributions from everyone in that game. The whole rotation got involved in the score.
It's stolen by Brown, and De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Hardaway's checked in for Brown.
First team foul. Into the lineup.
36 seconds left in the first half of the game. Gordon, the pass to Brown. Inside, here's Jokic. And the rejection by Wembanyama. From deep. Rebound by the Nuggets.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
Johnson wide open. He fires. And again, Denver no good. And so it's San Antonio in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Right back after this break.
Hey, everybody. Psst. I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are starting the show with a breakdown of the Western Conference standings. Interesting to use the term hierarchy, but I wonder, how would you guys rate our studio hierarchy?
Well, Ernest,
when you try to bring out the big words, like...
Turning back now to that game we've been watching. A positive first half for the Spurs.
Dominant performance from this offense. As a fan, you just have to admire it and see what they're doing.
Yeah, they're hitting the 3 major E's: effective, efficient, and entertaining.
I like the way you did that.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
San Antonio leading by 8. So out there for the Nuggets right now. In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. Inside for him, it's Gordon and Jokic. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. Wembanyama gets the bucket.
Going to Wembanyama, any chance you get just makes a whole lot of sense. Victor is really on fire tonight.
Now here's Gordon, Jokic, and the rejection by Wembanyama. Shot clock at 6. It's Jokic inside.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Outside, Fox. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
The Nuggets trail by 8. Johnson, the pass to Jokic. Here's Murray. Kicks it out to Johnson. And a miss there on the triple.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Castle with it, covered by Brown. Outside, Fox. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. A shot by Champagnie, no good. Nuggets are gone. 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Johnson outside. And the rejection by Wembanyama. There's the triple. Oh, Wembanyama spacing the floor.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with them. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
He is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
Here's Jokic. He's got 13 on the wing. Johnson. Here's Brown. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Brown's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, far from just a jump shooter, Brown is also more than capable of finishing inside.
And stolen by Murray. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And that one's good, Champagnie.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Murray down low. Guarded by Fox. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Jokic.
And he just makes it look so easy at times. Once Jokic gets going, there's almost no chance of slowing him down.
Wembanyama up top. Jokic defending. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. No one near him. That's good from Wembanyama on the assist by Fox. Fox has got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Here's Jokic. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Wembanyama, a screen on Murray. Jokic with the steal. Johnson for three. Good on the triple. Johnson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
San Antonio making a switch here. Barnes is checked in, and Denver also making a switch. Watson's checked in. Jokic kicks to Murray. And another miss by Denver. Spurs leading by 6. And you assemble an all-swagger team. Jamal Murray is on that roster.
Well, you're right, Kevin. And look, where players really gain their confidence, their swagger, if you will, in this league is when you play your best on the biggest stages in the playoffs. Jamal Murray has certainly done that. He has earned his swagger.
And the wingspan of Wembanyama, massive. He's fantastic at using it to erase shots.
And Peyton Watson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Johnson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Harper comes in for Fox. Wembanyama, a screen on Hardaway. From past the arc, and it's Victor Wembanyama with the 3. Wembanyama's got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Hardaway. Off target from three-point range.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Wembanyama, no good.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Here's Pickett. Here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, at 6'11", 275, Valanciunas can really carve out space down low.
Harper the pass to Wembanyama. No dice from the high post. Left side, Brown. And he gets it to go. Watson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the San Antonio Spurs. After a fantastic quarter, he's sitting on a double-double. And there's nowhere to go but up for him. We'll return shortly. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. The Nuggets trail by 8. Vassell pairs with Barnes to make up the forward pair. Fox is out there with Harper. And it's Cornette in at the 5. That's the San Antonio 5.
Well, we always talk about Murray shooting, but he can attack the basket as well.
Here's Fox. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Pass to Cornette. Murray against Fox. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And Watson slams it in.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of them.
Now, here's Fox. Back to Barnes and stolen by Watson. Here's Hardaway. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Murray's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
I'll tell you, Hardaway dangerous in the open floor.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. And stolen by Murray. It's rebounded by De'Aaron Fox.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Pass to Cornette. And he goes in for the dunk.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Denver with the ball. After the basket by San Antonio. And so David Adelman calls the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And the Nuggets making a change here. Jokic is checked in. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
I was able to listen in on what the Nuggets coach was going over with his team. He isn't liking what he's seeing out there on the perimeter, saying to his guys, defensively, we're too lax, and they're getting any three they want. And offensively, the ball movement, it isn't crisp, which is why we're not getting many opportunities from outside. I want to see improvement on both ends.
Thank you, Allie.
Well, there's Murray showcasing that speed. When the break is on, he's trying to go all the way.
It's Wembanyama, top of the key. They double-team Wembanyama. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
It'll be a jump ball.
Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And all game long, they've worked the ball inside. It's really worked well for them offensively.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Gordon's checked in for Peyton Watson. Johnson comes in for Bruce Brown. And Christian Brown subbed in for Hardaway. Wembanyama rips down the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Victor Wembanyama.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Johnson outside. Three. Good.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Here is Wembanyama. No good.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Takes a step back. Al Gordon to take the lead. Castle pulls it down. Wembanyama, a screen on Brown. And Wembanyama too much inside.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
And timeout called by Mitch Johnson. And he wants to see some changes out there right away. And right now, De'Aaron Fox is checked in for the Spurs.
Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the arm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
Murray, here's Johnson. Gordon fires. Knocks down the three.
Staying calm, cool, and collected. Big basket for Gordon.
Top Wembanyama. Gordon with the rebound. Nuggets trail. Murray scanning the floor. Johnson. No good. That would have tied it.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Wembanyama. Wembanyama going to town inside.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Shot from 12. No good.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
No doubt how much those boards impact the overall outcome. You can't give them extra chances.
Jokic with the steal. Now Murray. Brown with the screen on Fox. Murray again with the block. You've got to have a better effort against him.
Sending back everything. What a play from the rookie. Castle showing this team they can rely on him when it counts.
And so David Adelman calls the timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Here's Murray. That one goes.
Well, that's the way Murray can create chances. That's why you want him with the ball in clutch situations.
And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
Shooting two.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
You know, I don't believe in the word choke, but to come away empty right there is brutal. This game would have been over.
And Denver has possession. They trail by 3. Knocks down the 3.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Here's Fox. One-handed.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And so it's San Antonio who's straight by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.